Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3, powered by Elaine Dairy. Now, call it the art of movement or an artist's free-flowing impression on the workout canvas. For those who swear by it, it is their attitude. But for many, it still remains misunderstood. So today, we are going to bust some myths when it comes to parkour. Boom!
Parkour for me is a way of living. It's a way to express myself through movement.
So for me, parkour is expressing myself freely and doing what I love.
Parkour to me is a way of approaching challenges in my life. Anything it is, I find a way of overcoming that obstacle as best as I can.
For some, parkour is more than just overcoming physical obstacles. It is a road of liberation and path-breaking significance.
My name is Reem. I started parkour like 8 or 7 years ago. On and off, I had to stop for a while and then I get back to it again. It helped me face my fears. I had many obstacles in my life, a bit of not self-confident, low self-esteem, and then in parkour I had the chance to really face that sometimes in movement, but as well it affects my life in personal. So for a while I was kind of the only girl doing parkour in Egypt, and I faced many challenges. I had to stop for a big while, but then I thought that if no one started, then it would never happen. By time girls started to want to do this and look up to me or to whoever is doing it, I would never imagine that I would take it as a career or even be training with one of the legends in parkour like Stefan. So it was actually a big dream for me, and right now I'm feeling like all the years I've been struggling, it kind of paid off right now.
Imagine girls doing parkour, and especially Reem was one of the first girls, or one of the first females to do parkour in Egypt. It was hard for her at the beginning. She used to train indoors only so that no people can have to see her a lot. It was hard for her at the beginning, but once she just trains, she puts herself in the mindset of being just aware of herself only and not having to deal with the people around her as well.
All right, guys, so this is Stefan Vigru, one of the pioneers of parkour, not just in the UAE, but the world, and the man behind Kong. Stefan, thank you so much for having me
in
your wonderful studio today.
Thank you very much.
Now, Stefan, I have so many questions for you. I don't know where to start. I want to know what parkour is, because my idea of parkour is what I've watched on TV and YouTube, which is reckless millennials scaling skyscrapers and dangling off rooftops. So what is parkour and what is Kong?
Yes, so there's a lot of misunderstanding around parkour. To put it simple, parkour is a tool for personal growth. Okay, it's a method of training the body and the mind for you to gain confidence and overcome obstacles and fear to get where you want to be.
Okay, now there are so many misconceptions when it comes to parkour. So we want to bust a few popular myths. What would you say are some of the most popular ones?
So what we hear a lot, unfortunately, is that parkour is a discipline for adrenaline junkies, or it's just jumping from buildings to buildings.
Yeah, that's what I used to think.
Yes, and obviously it's not. There's way more than parkour than that. And we're trying very hard to make it accessible and change the communication and change the image of parkour, because we teach here people from 3 years old up to 70 years old, so everybody can do parkour.
So more than fitness and overcoming your fears, it really teaches you how to navigate safely, doesn't it? So how popular do you think this discipline of parkour is getting in the region?
So parkour is getting very popular all over the world to begin with. Look, so far the response is well. We are working with 20 schools for after-school programs. We are working in 4 fitness-first clubs in the UAE. We're working with Abu Dhabi Jump Sports Academy as well, and we have our place here. So it's so far so good in 2 years.
All right, Stefan, so you've been selling parkour to me for quite a while now, and I want to give it a try myself. So what do you think? Do I have what it takes?
Sure, I think the best is for you to give it a try
Yes,
and
I agree.
make your own experience of it. We have a great coach here.
Okay.
Harry is going to run you through different techniques, basic techniques of jumping, a bit of climbing, balancing, and yeah, so here we
All
go.
right. Okay, so Harry, let's do this. All right, Harry, so this is my day one with parkour. I've only ever watched this on YouTube and it looks pretty scary, so go easy on me, all right?
Not a problem at all.
All right, where do we start?
Okay, so we're going to work on a couple of basic parkour movements, and in the end, we're going to try and pull them all together into one long route.
Okay, all right, so you're going to teach me all the moves individually.
Exactly,
and then
yeah.
we're going to do it all as one flow.
Yes, exactly.
All right, okay, let's do this.
Okay, the first one we'll work on is a vault. Okay, so we're getting up
vault.
and over a wall essentially. All right.
Okay.
So the first one is a step vault. We use one hand, the opposite foot, and the other leg passes through. Okay, it looks like this: one hand, one foot, other leg passes.
Okay, so let's try it. One hand, one.
That's no problem. Try again. So try and
Okay.
spread out the hand and the foot.
Yeah, okay, all right,
Fantastic. We can try again. This time, try and go a little faster.
okay.
Really good job.
Was it
Nice
even
one.
slower than the first one?
I thought it was not too bad. Let's see if we can go even faster.
All right,
Lovely. That was a good one.
all right, let's move on to the next one.
Well done.
Parkour is a free-spirited training discipline which not only works the body but the mind as well. And although the practitioners do it at a fast pace without assistive support, for someone with a fear of heights like myself, it was a bit of a nerve-wrecker. So needless to say, jumping from one 4-foot box to another was a first one for me. But luckily my coach was patient and eased me into it. I managed to complete my second round a lot smoother, and although my fear of falling was still prevalent, I started to ease into it and felt a lot more confident.
All right, guys, after a workout like that, I like to cool down with my Alain Dairy apple juice. What I really like about this one is that it's got no added sugar or preservatives. And as you all know, apple is packed with fiber and is a great source of vitamin C as well. So today we busted some myths about parkour. In our next segment, we're going to do the same, but with food. And on our way out, we are going to speak to a certain celebrity who's going to share their fitness mantra with us.
Hi, this is Karan V. Grover and you're watching me on Body and Mind Show. No matter what workout you are doing, you're lifting weights, you're doing cardio, you're doing CrossFit, you're doing, I don't know, whatever strength trainings, various formats, you're an athlete. Yoga is something that really teaches you how to breathe properly, how to control your breath, how to make sure that when you inhale, the oxygen reaches your muscles, each cell in your body, and it makes you really alert. So please incorporate yoga in your workouts. If you want my suggestion, then do a lot of movement training. Try getting out, do some trekking, do some biking, do some cycling, and definitely do yoga.
Welcome back to Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3, powered by Alain Dairy. Now, is butter good for you or bad for you? What is the best time to eat carbs? What are the types of cooking oils to use and which ones to avoid? So many questions. Do these questions haunt you? Because they sure confuse the living daylights out of me. So to bust some popular food-related myths, I'm joined by Mithun Desarkar, our favorite clinical dietitian and nutritionist, and also a singer and an overall superstar. Mithun!
Thank
Hi.
you so much for coming
Mwah.
over.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Season 3, by the way. We've missed you.
So excited.
All right, now Mithun, as I mentioned earlier, is quite the superstar because I follow Simply Healthy Diets, which she runs, by the way, and I lost the last few stubborn kilos of my pregnancy weight, and all thanks to her. So I'm a real success story, and I can vouch for this woman right here. All right, Mithun, there's so much to cover today.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're cooking for us, and thank you for having us in your house, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you could come and we could do this together.
All right, let's do this. So where are we starting from?
Let's start with the breakfast smoothie.
Cool.
The smoothie that I've chosen is full of antioxidants, full of anti-inflammatory properties. I'm going to use raw turmeric root, okay? Some black pepper, some cinnamon, blueberries, bananas, and milk.
Not the sort of ingredients you would typically put together, like turmeric and blueberries.
Exactly.
But then I'll trust you with this one.
So you see turmeric has curcumin, which is very high source of antioxidants, and it also is a natural antibiotic. Okay, blueberries are high in vitamin C, which helps you heal. Banana, of course, good source of potassium.
Yeah.
Good source of calories, carbs that you need in the morning.
So let's get started, and then we can talk about it as you do this. So I'm going to be your sous chef. Tell me what you need.
Let's add the bananas first.
Yeah. Okay. And we're also using some milk in this smoothie, aren't we? So for this particular recipe, we're using Alain Dairy's milk. This one is low fat with added vitamin A, D3, and of course it's rich in calcium and one of the healthier choices out in the market.
So I'm adding blueberries. Now, blueberries are very high in vitamin C, but if you want, you can even change it and use papaya or kiwi or mangoes, oranges. There are various kinds of vitamin C rich fruits. It's not necessary that you only have to have blueberries.
It's funny you say that because blueberries generally, it's a superfood, and all of that. But you're saying that we can even use like the nicer tasting fruits like
because
papayas
it's very
and
sour.
mangoes.
Some people don't like the
It's
flavor
an acquired taste. I'm not a big
Exactly.
blueberry person myself, but
So I wouldn't mind adding a cantaloupe or even adding some papaya.
okay, cool. So banana, blueberry, what's next?
Blueberry, just a pinch of black pepper.
Okay, so to give a little bit of a kick to the smoothie, you're
Exactly.
using pepper and cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Will that make it a little too heaty?
It's not a lot that we are adding.
Yeah, just a
Black
pinch.
pepper is very good for your metabolism. Cinnamon balances your insulin levels, so it's important that we add a pinch of cinnamon. And cinnamon also helps us avoid the sugar, so you don't crave sugar. And now finally the root turmeric. If you don't have access to the root turmeric, you can even add turmeric powder as long as it's organic.
Okay.
So just a little. We're going to add the turmeric, and finally we'll add the milk to this.
Okay, here you go.
I wouldn't add any honey, any sugar, because the bananas are sweet enough.
Yeah.
And that's what your question was. Should I avoid bananas? Why should you? Bananas are loaded with potassium and so many vitamins and minerals and the right kind of sugars.
So we are adding roughly about a cup of our Alain Dairy
Yes.
cow milk.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be enough. So it's all ready. And we've blended this, not juiced it, so that way the fiber is well retained.
Okay,
all
that's
the
a good
nutrients
point.
and the fiber has been retained, and it's a wholesome breakfast that you're having.
Because when you think of smoothie and fruits, the first thing that comes to mind typically is juicing, but you recommend blending.
Yes, blending it. See, you can see the skin of the blueberry. You can see everything in there.
Yeah.
It's a nice, wholesome.
So this is like a breakfast on its own. You don't
Absolutely.
need anything else.
The calories are perfect.
Okay.
The nutrients are perfect. It's a full blend. Carbs, proteins, fats, everything thrown in.
So while I enjoy this delicious smoothie,
I'm
Mitu,
glad you liked
which
it.
is really nice, what's for my main course?
So we're going to make a Buddha bowl with salmon.
Why is it called a Buddha bowl?
If you ask me, I think life is all about balance, just like Buddhism, spirituality.
Yes, yes.
Well, I think Buddha bowl is about striking a good balance in your plate, in your bowl, which is, it has the carbohydrates, the grains, the proteins from either fish, tofu, beans, lentils. It has good fats from seeds, avocados. Yeah, and
So it's got all your essential nutrients in the
yes.
right balance. That's why it's called the Buddha bowl.
It's got cooked vegetables, it's got raw salads. So everything in one bowl.
Okay.
And a complete nourishing meal in a bowl.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of bowl that your mama told you you're supposed to eat, and the ones that we tell our kids to eat today. All right, so I'm gonna
Completely
get
balanced,
tucked in.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bite of the salmon. Let's get some of that. So this sort of a bowl, would you recommend for lunch or dinner?
I would say lunch, because lunch is the biggest meal that I recommend you have. So feel free to finish your whole bowl.
I'll do just that. Thank you so
For
much.
dinner,
for this,
maybe
Mitu.
what we could do is sometimes we could probably skip either the rice or the sweet potatoes, not combine two kinds of carbs. Or maybe we could even probably add a mock cauli rice instead of the brown rice. So a little bit of change can be made.
Mock cauli rice is just cauliflower.
Cauliflower blended, and then
Blended.
you can spice it up the way you like it and make it interesting.
Fantastic. Final question. After eating a healthy bowl, I tend to have my munchies at night. Like I get craving midnight once I've had my dinner. How can I get rid of that?
You got to have good willpower. I definitely don't recommend munching very late at night.
All right.
Between dinner and sleep, I recommend a gap of at least 3.5 hours.
Fantastic.
So no munching.
Mithun, you know I trust you and you know I love you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
and
you so
hopefully
much.
many more seasons to come ahead.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
As always, it was an absolute pleasure having Mithun on the show and she shared some great tips. Now, before I go and polish off my Buddha bowl, towards the end of this segment, we always try to share a hygiene tip that might be useful for you viewers who are watching at home. And today it's got to do with vinegar. Did you know that if you mixed a little bit of vinegar with your dishwashing liquid, it can clean off all the soap and chemicals from your utensils? Try it out. And on our way out, here are some dental tips, which is shared by one of our guests. Check it out.
Hi, how are you, Auntie? I'm fine. Please come. Sure, thank you. Please come.
On this segment, we like to go into people's homes to find out what they do for their dental hygiene. And today, I'm going to meet a lady who has a plethora of knowledge in the field. And I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Veena. Mrs. Veena, namaste. Mrs. Veena is actually a Hindi teacher, Henna. And funny enough, she actually taught in the same school that I went to. But unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to be tutored by her. But that's fine. I got to meet you here today. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me in your home, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, Mrs. Veena, tell us about, why is dental hygiene important and some natural remedies that you've been using or some desi nuske, excuse my Hindi, that you've been using over the years.
इसको हम देसी इलाज भी कह सकते हैं, देसी नुस्खे भी होते हैं।
अच्छा।
तो जब हमारे दांत में कैविटी हो जाती है, कोई भी हो, बच्चा बड़ा कोई भी, कैविटी हो जाती है या दांत में दर्द हो, तो मस्टर्ड ऑयल को हम या तो फिंगर से लेकर उसमें दांत में लगाएंगे और वहाँ पे रब करेंगे तो दांत में दर्द में भी आराम आएगा। और यदि कैविटी है तो एक बड में लेकर, कॉटन बड में लेकर उसको कैविटी वाली जगह पे रखेंगे।
Fantastic. I have a 15-month-old little girl at home. She's teething and as you can imagine with that comes a lot of irritation. Do you have any natural remedies for me that I can try at home?
हाँ, बहुत अच्छी रेमेडी है। एक बोरेक्स पाउडर आता है या बोरेक्स हम घर में भी लेकर आ सकते हैं, एक क्रिस्टल के रूप में आता है। उसको रोस्ट करके उसका पाउडर बना के उसको हनी के साथ मिक्स करके उसको जब हम बच्चों के गम में हम मालिश करते हैं तो उनकी टीथिंग बहुत इजी हो जाती है।
Oh, that's such a good tip. Remember, I wasn't kidding when I said that she has a plethora of knowledge. So what is like a modern day convenient option for me?
हाँ, आपके लिए एक बहुत अच्छा सोल्यूशन है सिग्नल टूथपेस्ट।
Yes.
सिग्नल टूथपेस्ट में जो नेचुरल हर्ब्स हैं लाइक क्लोव और थाइम है वो हर तरह से अच्छा है। उसमें कैविटी को बचाता है, हमारे जो गम्स हैं उनको भी स्ट्रॉन्ग करता है, बहुत अच्छा है। इट्स अ वंडरफुल अमेजिंग प्रोडक्ट।
Mrs. Veena, thank you so much for having me in your house. She makes the most amazing masala chai, by the way. You need to give me the recipe for this one. Thank you so much for having me. So that's Mrs. Veena for you. She knows a lot about toothpaste and she recommends Signal, so do check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment on dental hygiene, but it's time for me to go to break. And on the other side, I will be undergoing a holistic treatment that not only soothes the body, but the mind as well. Welcome back to Dove Nourishing Secrets presents Body and Mind Season 3, powered by Elaine Dairy. Now on the show, we always focus on things that are fresh, organic and natural when it boils down to the matter of the plate. But what about beyond that? Today I'm at a spa that focuses on these very attributes for your overall being. Alright guys, I'm at the Balance 360 Spa with their head therapist Valsala. Hi Valsala!
Hi Aishwarya, good afternoon, welcome back to our spa.
I'm so excited to see you because Valsala and I go back a long way because She did my prenatal massage when I was about 7 or 8 months pregnant. I came in with a massive belly, and she did the most amazing massage. My baby could feel it from the inside. When she's old enough, I'll make her write a thank you note to you. All right, now I have a very busy schedule. I'm filming all day. I'm on my feet a lot. I've always got makeup caked on. My lifestyle is pretty crazy. So what treatment would you recommend I try?
See, I am recommending for you the whole well-being. It's a chakra well-being we do have. It's balancing our chakras, and we will do energy level work. Okay. We are doing the energy work. Then not only the body skin work. Then I will recommend for you the facial. It's a Cooney Tibetan Facial. It's an amazing facial. It's purifying and energizing, and it will give glow and radiance too.
You know, Valsala, just listening to you, you are just transmitting all that energy on to me. So I'm going to get my chakras balanced at Balance 360. Let's go.
Okay, welcome.
The Cooney Facial has the reputation of being an effective, dynamic healing art practiced for centuries, and I was eager to experience it firsthand. My treatment started off with a face cleansing, followed by scrubbing with rose hip seed and honey. Thereon after, the most crucial part of the therapy, the face massage, using a combination of argan sea buckthorn oil and the Cooney Tibetan oil to activate my face meridians. And finally, we ended with the chakra balancing, a deeply meditative experience that brought my chakras into alignment through a fluid combination of massage, essential oil blends, and healing crystals.
I don't know if you guys can tell from my face or my tone, I'm in a deep state of nirvana after that wonderful Tibetan facial and balancing my chakras by this lady who's got magical fingers. Valsala, where did you take me? Bring me back.
Thank you.
You know what I found fascinating about this treatment is that it's not just like any other massage, it's a deep, almost at an emotional level, it connects you, it takes you places. Like I went into my grandma's house mid-therapy. I don't know how that even happened. How did you do that?
While I am doing the massage, before I am starting the massage, I am connecting with you. My energy and your energy is together. I can feel you, what you are, how I have to.
It's like I'm the smartphone and she's the charger. That's sort of the analogy that I can think of while we did this. Okay, so let's start off with the Tibetan facial. I mean, these are treatments that age back to about 4,000 years or so. Just take us through the different steps and why you did those.
Yeah, then you mentioned the 4,000 years ago. It's mentioned in Tibetan medicines. That same principle we are following. That we are using the Tibetan oils and honey lavender face mask. Then rose hip seed and everything is natural, and it's a ancient product we are using. That's why
I found it very deeply relaxing. Besides that, let's talk about the main thing, which was balancing the chakras out, which is actually a first time for me. And I found it fascinating because at one point when you place those what do you call those?
Hot potless with Himalayan salt
on my back, and while you were massaging my feet, I almost felt like the bed was moving, although it wasn't.
Yeah, because I'm activating your energy points through the feet. That time, it will affect in all your system and body.
What does balancing your chakras really do for one's physical, mental, and emotional health?
See, while we are doing the chakra healing, wherever the blockages, wherever you need to open more, we can feel it. Depends that we are concentrating more on that area. Then especially we are using the product also, the Kundalini oil. That also it's helping to heal this salt, everything all together. Then my energy as well. Yeah. We are doing balance that 7 chakras.
Well, Valsala, it's been a new experience altogether. You actually told me a few things which has really got me thinking about, my mental and emotional state. I found it to be quite an emotional experience. At the same time, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'll come back another time when these guys are not there, the camera crew are not there, and to get a complete experience of balancing my chakra. Thank you so much for having me.
Always welcome to our spa.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Valsala never ceases to amaze me, and this place is a classic example of how wellness is not just about walking into a spa and having a massage or a facial or getting your nails painted. It's a complete 360 experience of the mind, body and soul. Alright guys, it's time for me to head out, but make sure you tune in same time next week for lots more exciting adventures.